You were born a rich motherfucker. Oh, I was so excited to say that as the starting line for this video that was downloaded to me last night as I was not sleeping. Last night was wild. Oh my gosh, it's been wild recently. This energy, this chaos, this shift that is happening on Earth. You probably feel it too. Last night we had a really loud storm with a lot of downpouring rain, like heavy monsoon type rain. And I was having like muscle pain. I was not able to sleep after I was woken up at 3 a.m. by Duchess, the kitty who has adopted me. And I was just like in so much pain. So I was like, okay, I'll just lay here. But 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. is where the veil is thinnest. It is where we can receive a lot of really clear downloads. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I believe, talks about this in his book, Becoming Supernatural, and talks about how 4 a.m. is a great time to meditate. Because of that reason. And so while I was laying there in pain, because I think I pulled a muscle, or I don't know, my body's just changing and I'm becoming another type of species, I don't know, I was downloaded with this video topic. Before we get into it, another side note is Duchess went to go get her teeth pulled, and she was being put under anesthesia. Yep. Also, obviously have not slept much, can't say words, and this was also hard. Her heart stopped as soon as they gave her that medicine, and they brought her back. So she was diagnosed with lungworm, and so that's why she had her reaction that she did when she was put under. And so thank God they brought her back, and thank God there's a treatment for the lungworm, and she's on antibiotics, and then they will put her under later and pull her teeth out. It looks like she arrived here a few months ago to this farm here in Italy that I live on, and she and many other cats came. I think there was like 14 of them. They came from somewhere in the South Italy area, and it looks like when she was, I don't know, living there, she was maybe hit by a car, because half of her teeth on like one side of her mouth are broken or missing, and then she has like issues with the other side too. Her tongue sticks out a little bit, and because she's having those teeth problems, and so I think after we pull the issued teeth in a few weeks, she might have like a permanently stuck out tongue. I don't know if there's something that they can do for that. I was not expecting to have a cat or another dog or a horse or a baby horse or any of this, but that's why life is so beautiful. And so when you get into alignment with your joy and your curiosity, and you just follow that no matter what, you will end up in a timeline where you're like, whoa, how did I get here? That happened so fast. Everything just came in all at once. Because once you walk through the door that you need to walk through, all the other doors are available to you, and that process just becomes quicker and quicker. And I can just like see someone like skipping through all these doors and these dimensions and these timelines, and so it gets to become this fun dance and this unexpected. I lived in that Groundhog Day lifestyle where I was like, where did the last 5 years go? It's just this job, this desk job, you know, not really feeling fulfilled, not really feeling valued, you know, kind of wondering like where the time went, how do I fit in the things that I want? I'm always tired, I'm always sick, all these things. And so now it's really so incredible and makes me so grateful to look at my perceived reality and see what is going on and how kind of out there it is, but that really fulfills my Sagittarius moon, my Aries sun, just my natural interest and joy and curiosity. I really love an unconventional lifestyle. It's what I'm called to. We're all called to something different from each other. And so the concept of you were born rich, a rich motherfucker. If the truth of who you are is infinite abundance, then you are infinite abundance. And when you're born, you are like a clean slate in ways. You do carry down, from what I know to be true, carry down things from your ancestral line, different patterns and programs within your field, but also within your DNA that will have an effect on your life, right? But there are way less programs at that point in your existence than after year 7, which is like up to 7 is when your subconscious is really programmed mostly. And then all throughout life as well, more and more and more, it can happen, especially if we don't have our guard up to what is being told to us and what we are accepting as true, which most of us, for at least our younger years, will be told things and then we'll start to accept them as true. Like either, we're lazy, or we're a procrastinator, or we, only do the bare minimum, or money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard, you have to do things you don't want in order to, survive, and that's just life, and life is hard, and, you get through, you gotta get the safe job, and then you gotta go live in a safe place, and get a partner, and make sure that you have kids soon, and all this stuff. Be a good employee, don't talk back, don't say things that could put your job on the line, don't stand up for yourself too much because that can make people uncomfortable, and all these things, right? And so all these things are said. And then there's the things on the media, right? As a woman, especially, you're programmed with how, you're supposed to look, and how, you're supposed to carry yourself, and that you're never enough. So then you're programmed to think you always need more. So then you work harder so that you can pay for more, even with that price gap that everything for a female is more expensive. But besides the point, and for men too, you're told to be something that you're not, to hide who you are, to hide how you're feeling, to be a man. And we are just so pushed away and conditioned from our true essence. And our true essence is infinite abundance and unconditional love, right? That's our truth. Anything that is not that is just a false illusion. And so there's also a concept which I cannot go into because I'm not qualified, but I would love to learn more about it. I listened to this podcast about money on the Almost 30 podcast, and it was this guy who is very qualified in talking about this, but talks about how pretty much in the United States, and I think it's in other countries as well after I talked to a friend about this, but pretty much there is like a loan taken out on you when you become a citizen, and then you're born with a certain amount of money, but it's then it's like a scam. Like your citizenship is like a scam. That is the most that I can say, and I did not say it well, but either way, from an energetic standpoint, and from when you're a child, you are born with abundance. You are born as an abundant being, but then we are conditioned to think that we're not that, so then we fit well into the system. So then we become great little minions, and we are distracted from our truth, because when we are aware of our truth and the quantum field, and how this is not real, none of this is real, and how we're all just mirrors of each other, and how every single thing is happening right now in this exact moment, because there is no such thing as time or space. When we get to grasp that, and grasp that you are as powerful as you are in your dreams, if you could eliminate your limiting beliefs, in your dream, you're like, whoa, I'm standing on a mountaintop, and now I want to go fly into a dragon's mouth. Like, you can do that in a second, because there are no limiting beliefs, and there are no pendulums, as Reality Transurfing, the book, talks about. And so there are, the conditions within yourself, and there are the conditions and balancing forces around you. And so it must be your life mission to decondition your mind if you want to jump into the timeline where you are in alignment with the truth of who you are, when you are in alignment with the abundance that is available to you, because it is you, right? And so you have to start seeing the things around you as distractions, as balancing forces, as ways to stay in the old timeline and to stay controlled. You can set yourself free by choosing to remember and choosing to challenge everything that you once thought was true about who you are and what you're doing here. You can have any reality that you want. You really can. You can go live on a horse farm in Italy, right? Not this horse farm, because people ask, and I don't invite people from the internet to come live with me. But I understand the question and why it comes up so often. But no, there are many options of where you can go live and work and volunteer and spend your time. It can be exactly how you want it to be. Right now, I spend most of my day working on the farm, just because I want to, and giving my time and feeling passionate about it, feeling excited to help with animals. And I get to do that because I've set up my business in a way that is relatively, mostly passive, and allows me to feel free enough to live my life the way that I want to. I haven't used an alarm in I don't know how long. Like, I don't use an alarm to wake up, because I feel best when I let my body sleep. And I know that I am my best person when I get the right amount of sleep, especially after going through the physical condition of Lyme disease and mold illness. And, in high school and in college, I went down that party route, and I really, put a toll on my nervous system in that regard, because that was a choice. But also, there were other things of human experience that caused dysregulation and muscle memory of dysregulation. So then it took years and years and years of working with my nervous system and retraining my brain to allow myself to get in a more balanced state, so that I was getting restful and recovering sleep. And so then I don't have an alarm. I wake up, I come outside, I do what needs to be done and help people and meet new people all the time, and get to, like, we got new animals here on the farm today, and just be a part of something that feels so light, soul uplifting, right, to me. And so there's a way for you to do that in your own way as well, right? There's a way for you to make money doing what you love in a passive way, if you like. Maybe you like being on calls, maybe you like designing, maybe you like emails, maybe you like that, then do it. Maybe you like being in a company and working with other people. I had a hard time with that, but right now I feel like I can work at a company because there's no like association to having to or being tied to, especially because I don't take money from it. So I love having meetings, I love collaborating. But before, when I was in the workforce, I think because my andromedan, how do I say it, you guys? That star seed that we've been talking about, that one of you mentioned, and then I did the research and I really related with it. While I'm saying it right now, I feel like it's that for me, but it's also like something else. Like, it's not quite just that of my origin. I mean, we don't really necessarily have an origin, because the original origin is just the one infinite consciousness that we all are. But I think that our essence, our soul, has been to many, many, many places and planets, and that Earth had a calling go out saying, like, hey, we need help here. We are going through this shift in consciousness into the next part of the evolution here. And there is a lot of density here, a lot of service to self here that needs assistance. So if you're here right now with me, you're probably here for the purpose of bringing through the light. I was talking with a friend the other day who is the one helping me with my 12-week program that I'm launching soon. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And it's going to lead to so many other things that I'm just so lit up about and so excited to bring you guys on the journey of. It's everything that I talk about in this channel and more, and in a structured way, so that you can follow it and get the results of remembering the truth of who you are and getting what you want, setting yourself free, deconditioning the mind, right? I was talking with my friend about this program and just about life, and what were we discussing? How did I get to this point? Let me stop and see, because it was something good. This is from no sleep and all the downloads and upgrades that came last night with that crazy clearing storm going on. One moment. Okay, so we were talking, and I was kind of discussing the thought of the double-decker bus. And if you don't know, I found a double-decker bus. I'm pretty sure I am going to buy it. I'm just actually waiting now on the owner to respond. So I don't know, hopefully he didn't find someone else, but also I surrender if it isn't meant to be and he does find someone else or whatever. So he was talking about trying to get me to go to another country with him and friends of his, and it's going to be this mindful community, and they're going to do a retreat center, and it's something that I could go be a part of and do kind of what I'm planning on doing here, but there with that type of community, which sounds really lovely. But there's a part of me that, doesn't feel that, because not that there's a lot of darkness here. I think there's a lot of light and love, and like, I love the animals, I love the people, I love so much about it here. But when the focus of a group isn't necessarily like enlightenment or consciousness, or like, taking that responsibility for the ways that you're triggered within, and that, how you're mirroring me and I'm mirroring you, and like, it's just not the general theme, then of course darkness will linger. Especially, I think that here in Italy, there are a lot of magical places. Some of you have said that like the mountains of Italy are like the heart of the world, which is interesting, and I've kind of tapped into that and can feel that a bit. There's also a very, very, very dark energy that I felt being at the Vatican and being just, at these ruins and these more medieval things. And so what I was talking about with my friend was like, yes, South America, Central America, with a bunch of enlightened people or seekers sounds wonderful, but what I'm being called to right now isn't just going and being in the light with other people. It's like bringing the light through darker places. And my mom and I were talking about this a year ago, where it's kind of like her purpose and this other friend that she's working with. They've been downloaded with this guidance from these beings and entities that they work with of the highest truth, because you can always make sure and command that you're communicating with beings and entities of the highest truth to make sure that is a pure thing. I know that word scares some people, specifically Christian people. So they've been working and communicating with these beings. And then I kind of joined in and could hear and receive the information from them, as well as my mom's friend who received the same information, that I was meant to be a part of that. And so being a part of that has meant like almost dropping seeds around the world. And I felt like that really was in alignment with why I was being called to travel for a while there, like to just be pretty much just like driving through Europe in my van, just driving. Like I would stop at a few places, a few days, and then just drive. Like I felt like I was like a truck driver for a while there. And then going to the places like the Vatican and like these different places. And when I got to the Vatican and to Rome, I got so sick. The day I went to the Vatican, I became so ill. I was laying on one of the benches at the Vatican, just like in tears, because I was like feeling so sick, and intuitively I could feel it's like the darkness there. And so I just laid there. I had to cancel my trip to Switzerland a few days because I couldn't move. And so I just laid in my dark Airbnb and just was like, okay, I bring through the light. I choose to alchemize anything that I can that is for the highest good. And to just stay in that state of knowing that everything is with divine purpose and timing. And so that was a very fascinating experience. And also, I don't know why we're going down this path, but I guess it's for someone. In one of my meditations, which I think it's in the 21-day program to rewire your mind. One of my most powerful meditations that I've done in my experience is this meditation that I've been shown since I was at a spiritual retreat in Sedona, I think. And we were doing a lot of quantum manifestation, energy work and stuff. And so I went to this realm, up and up and up and up, in the highest dimension possible that I could go to. And my angels and guides and the archangels showed me, and always show me whenever I go there, this like bathtub. And it's almost like a cauldron, but not like a witch thing. It's like a stone bathtub. And they have me go in, and Mary will like brush my hair and put flowers in it. And they will come up and they'll drop little drops of like the frequency of what I'm asking for or needing in that visit to them. And so when I was dying at the Vatican, I was laying on this bench and I looked over to my right, and there was a stone bathtub. And then I looked around, and the whole room, if you've been there, there's this whole room with these stone bathtubs. And I was like, whoa, okay. Well, let me just ask for what I need right now, and let me drop whatever that is that the Vatican needs, that this earth needs. There's that is the heart of so much in the world too, because it's like the heart of what so many people live and believe and swear by on their entire life. I've got bugs all over me right now. Okay. So the truth of who you are is infinite abundance. You were born that. That is who you are. When you start to eliminate the things that you are not, and you start to decondition your mind to start to remember, that abundance doesn't even become available to you. It's just you. You are that. You become a magnet for it because that is what you will be. And so obviously it will flow to you. One of my favorite mantras to say is, thank you, Source, God, energy, whatever you want to call it, Source, for showing me the abundance that I am in ways that are unexpected. And I stay open to receiving the abundance that I am. Thank you, and so it is. And then just allowing it to be. And your intention is so powerful. Your choice is so powerful. You have the ability to change your reality right now by choosing, by commanding, by saying what you want and making it clear. Your words are powerful. The exact words that you use are very powerful. There is so much energy to your words. Obviously, I think we're at this point now, but just a reminder, never say anything bad about yourself, even if it's just to relate with people who, you know, you have a hard time relating with, and it can be like through self-deprecation. Just don't go there. Hold yourself high. Speak about yourself high. Speak about your existence highly. Know that what you say becomes your reality. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new here. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. If you don't know what to say, you can say hello to Baby Daddy. Baby Daddy is Malachi. This guy here, that is the father of my horse child. So him and Ladybug made Baby Chaos, and Baby Chaos is in the belly and going to be born in the spring. So if you want to sign up for one of my programs, I have 21 days to know your divine guidance, 21 days to rewire your mind. I'm going to show you my friend here who is trying to be so quiet. I also have one-on-one options as well. I was going to close my calendars recently, but you guys have been booking up my calendar ever since I said that. So if you want to work one-on-one with me, I have that as well. I also have a 6-month program. I'll leave that open because it's seeming aligned to do that. So if you want to work with me privately, that is available. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.